I want to sit down. This ain't gonna
I
work.
know. I want to sit down. Plus, it's like too much of you looking at me while you're standing up in the mall.
Slide over, son. There you go.
This is my creepy white guy jacket. You won't ever see me in no regular. If you see me with this and the zipper all the way up and my hood up, serial killing time. You didn't even recognize me looking at y'all play football in the cut.
I didn't.
So what do you want?
What up? It's your man, Chasing Colossal SMOOV TV Network. Interviews. We back, you know what I mean? It's not always about the podcast, man. I got to get back to the basics sometimes. And, you know, just like Vlad has, you know, who is Vlad always interviewing? Aries Spears. Vlad is always interviewing Aries Spears. He's always interviewing, hey, help me out, chat. Help me out, chat. He's always interviewing, what's the dude from G Unit? Tony Yayo. He's always interviewing Tony Yayo, you feel me? So, yeah, man. I'm always interviewing the Madman, especially back in the day. Back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So let's take it all the way back in the day, man. A updated interview from you. You know what I'm saying? To see what we can do, you know what I mean? And you know, anything you are uncomfortable with talking about.
Oh my God, bro. Y'all need to know the backstory to this.
Yeah,
funny right now.
I'm not being funny right now, but anything that's uncomfortable that you don't want to talk about, feel free to say no comment, and we'll just move on. No pressure, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. So, what turns you into such a gangster, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what made you, like, so tough? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, like, one thing I realized when I was hanging out with you guys at the pool hall the other day is, you know, Acids, Dundalk, all these spots, you feel me? It's a lot of wannabe toughs, but it's not a lot of real tough, but you kind of one of the guys that's pretty tough. So what made you real tough?
It's nothing that made me, it's nothing but I just stand up for what I think right in my head, yo. Like, I'm not trying to be tough. I just don't like shit. I don't lie. Like, I'm honest about my feelings, my everything. I'm just honest. So how I feel is how I act. If you piss me off, I'm just pissed off. I don't doubt that you can't whoop my ass, but you're gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? You're probably gonna have to catch a charge to really, like, you're gonna have to kill me, you know, to really get me off you. Like, and you're capable. Everybody is. But I don't give a fuck. And you have a house. And I'll come to it. And that's it. It's not that. It's how everybody should be. It's how every man should be.
What do you mean?
You ain't never seen me go outside and act like no bully or start no shit with nobody. Never. Not once. Like, but you're not gonna do nothing to me. You're not gonna talk to me anyway. You're not even gonna.
No, stop. I'm trying to hook it to you.
Oh. You're not even gonna get over on me on the slightest bit. You're not even gonna beat around the bush that you don't fuck with me. We're just gonna air it out. And
I do like straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward.
I love that.
You know, that's all it is. And people either deal with my reaction or not. And most people choose to deal with it.
Where you from?
Alright, so I was born in Mercy Hospital. From there, I lived on Streeter in Orleans. And then I moved to, like, Curly in Baltimore, North Curly in Baltimore Street, where, like, right where Patterson Park is, right there.
Right.
And then from there, I moved to, like, Washington and Baltimore Street. and you know, next to Chapel Hill, all that shit. I used to live underneath the I used to live over top the Spanish store that was right on the corner there with the people that owned that. And from there,
what years you thinking? Like, how old were you?
So I was
moving?
so like moving around. I lived on Highland Ave. Like to keep it 100. Even when I lived with family before I left home, we never lived nowhere for more than 2 years at a time. So we was always like on the go. So like when I said we on street per street, that was like the first two. That's my origins. That's like the first 2 years of my life, street per street and all that. And then my family, like my grandma, and my aunt, they still lived there after me and my mom's moved. But we had moved to like, I can't even think of where we moved in between Curly Street. We had moved somewhere with her friends and shit for a little bit in town. And then we ended up North Curly and Baltimore Street. And then we had moved to the county for a little bit out Rosedale. That's like when I first came to the county, it was like Rosedale. And then we went back to like Highland Ave and Washington and Baltimore Street after that. And from there, that's when I pretty much started leaving home and going off on my own, and I ended up coming around Overly and like Sedonia and all up around Northeast and shit like that.
You were leaving out from home at what age?
I left home 14.
Why'd you do that?
I got beat on a lot. So my pops went to prison. My pops had went to prison when I was 4 or some shit, and he caught like 15 years, something like that, a little bit more. And when he was gone, my mom just dated scumbags and they beat us pretty much. I got beat on all the time, like, and then there was one dude that like just kept this. I guess he was like close to saying to a stepdad, but I'd have rather went outside and got killed than live with this guy anymore. So I ended up leaving home when I was 14, and I was just out there like that. And the only way I knew to eat was to stick up people, and that's what me and my friends did. We robbed people and partied, and we was all homeless kids, and it was rough. And we was pretty much based between Overly and Sedonia, and then we was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, everywhere.
It's very hard to remember childhood friends. Could you shout out your childhood friends, or do you remember them, or is it even a good idea to shout them out, to be honest?
I remember everybody in my life, bro.
Yeah?
I remember everybody. There's no, I mean, all right. There will be people that come across me that I wasn't close with, that I might have had more of an impact on than they did me, that they might slip my mind until they remind me who they are. But as far as like people I was really with, I remember everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So your high school, what high school did you go to?
So I went to, when I first came out, I went to Golden Ring for middle school because we had came out to like Rosedale for that shit. And when I went to high school, I was playing Pop Warner, and the dude that was beating on me or whatever, he had went to Archbishop Curley. So he had the scouts get me from Archbishop Curley. They had like scouted me out for football, gave me a little like scholarship there to play because I was nice. And I didn't make it far because I just went in there fighting and acting a fool and got kicked out in a couple months. And that was pretty much when I started leaving home, because yo actually put my head in a fucking wooden dresser when I got kicked out of there. Just slammed that shit like 10 times. Shit fucked me up. And I was just on some, I'm out of here, I'm gonna kill this guy because I'm getting older now. Like, he ain't gonna keep putting his fucking hands on me. I don't even know that he was beating my mom too, but I didn't know. I was really looking at my mom's crazy, like, damn, you just watching this shit, but why ain't you doing nothing? You right? Like, and I'm not talking about nobody. I used to think I was gonna die, yo, like beat to death type shit.
Are you sure he was being abusive, or was he just disciplining you because you were a bad kid?
First of all, he wasn't my fucking father.
So stepdads can't beat stepsons?
No, I ain't never beat no kids, not even my own. And I got punched in the face, bro. I got hit with iron. I got beat with the iron board. I got the whole kitchen table picked up and beat with it. Bow, bow, bow.
You just sound like a black kid.
All right. Well.
Was that abusive, or was mama disciplining you, or was
my mom wasn't even abusive. So why is my mom's not abusive and some guy is? It ain't my fucking father, bro. Stop trying to break it down to make it a fucking race thing like a fucking clown. That's abuse. Just because you never went through shit, because you had a nice family, you wouldn't understand.
Oh, that you think I didn't get my ass whipped?
No, I think you got a bit, but no, yo. You didn't fear for your fucking life, yo. Your mother didn't fear for her fucking life.
You don't know me.
I do know you. You told me already.
I
told you all this already, and then you told me I already do know you. I do know you.
You don't.
I know
me.
you. Your pops was a cop.
This is true. But
he raised you real good. Your mom was real nice to you.
I'm great. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you about my mother. My mother would lie to this man so he would beat me instead of her.
I'm grateful for every disciplinary action.
That wasn't discipline.
That
shit wasn't discipline.
No matter how he decided he wanted to do it.
That motherfucker wasn't my father. So making an excuse for my father. My father was in prison.
You didn't have a father, and he was in prison.
It don't mean that he the replacement.
What if
he ain't spend no money on me.
He helped you get into Archbishop Curley?
No, he didn't help me he made me go there just for control, bro. There wasn't no help. He ain't pay for it. I got a scholarship. He made me go there. He beat me into going there. And then he beat me when I fucking got, I didn't want to go there, bro. It wasn't a choice. And then you know what? I probably would have wanted to go there if it wasn't for him fucking me up. It probably would have been a good opportunity in my head.
Well, you're a smart kid. Because Curley is a private school, you know? Oh,
I was failing in there. I mean, that's the reason they kicked me out. It wasn't just because of the fighting. I was failing and everything. Yeah. I would say I got learning disabilities. I'm not stupid, but I'm not just learning some shit easy.
What's your thoughts on all boys school though for young men? You know, is it a good idea to help them develop?
Them Archbishop Curley clowns, that shit was so I used to you know how they got seniority in there, and these I guess they has you supposed to listen to the next grade up. Boy, I was in there smacking this shit out. Whoever, whatever, this shit was so stupid to me.
I didn't know that's how it was.
Yeah, no, it's like you supposed to, the teachers will tell you gotta listen to this, if they bitching you or whatever, no, bro, we ain't doing none of that. This ain't no fraternity, faggot ass shit. Bro, smack the shit out you, take you out St. Clair Lane in that alley where my peoples is at and beat the piss out of you, like I used to them. Get the fuck out of there, yo. And then from there, I went to Overly and didn't by the time 10th grade came, I was already gone, left home and shit.
Yeah, yo, for the record, bro, I turned out to be pretty okay because my dad did not spare the rod.
Bro, you not getting it.
I know. I understand.
You're not getting it. His shit was out of hate. Your father's shit was out of wanting to mold you into something. He didn't do nothing but beat me. It wasn't no teaching behind it.
I get that. Okay.
It wasn't no money put into me. It wasn't no I'm paying. We lived in my grandparents' basement filled with dog shit and dirtiness, and he beating me, bro. He didn't do nothing for me, yo.
I get that.
It was no, he's providing, none of that, yo. He ended up robbing my mom for 20 grand after he done beat the shit out of her for years and shit and leaving her with nothing.
I get that.
And he had money. Hella money. And we still lived like we was fucking poor. Rob Garcia, a fucking faggot ass nigga.
Why would she stay? Why do you think moms would stay with a guy like that?
She do it all, it's her whole life. There's not one guy, a good guy. I don't even want to talk about this shit right now, bro, because I'm about to go to her house right now, yo, for somebody, yo. I don't even want to talk about this shit.
So moving on, you know what I'm saying? How was your friends from middle school to high school? You know what I'm saying? How did they mold you to be the guy you are? Who did you look up to?
I look up to, there's people I look up to is different, bro. I looked up to my little brother because my little brother was supposed to die when he was an hour after he was born, and now he's 34, and he always been a vegetable his whole life, but he happy and he understand everything. And to me, he y'all know what I went through with all the times I almost died from my coma, my surgeries, and just being sick my whole life until I got these transplants. And he really the reason why I'm good. I'm gonna be good, you know what I'm saying? And I made it. Based off of believing in him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of shit I look up to.
That's what I like that answer. So this is just part one of the Madman interview. I want y'all to lock in on part two. Coming soon. I'll see y'all.